this ends with mine and my father's relationship being forever changed.
What did he see?
Because
would you not clean up or put away or
if
what?
he took a T-shirt, which he did,
That means he opened up a drawer
from my T-shirt drawer.
What did he see?
That means he opened up a drawer and found my.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. The KFC Radio one show only tour. One show. Wherever we go.
One
is starting this month. We will be coming to, hopefully all the cities near you, but we will be doing one show. We don't add shows. We don't release more tickets. We don't do that. We're coming one time and one time only. So get your tickets. It starts off in Houston. Houston, you are our jumping off point.
And our lowest ticket sales.
So
basically, everywhere else is sold out.
Except for you guys.
So
do me a favor, Houston, please up your game. When we came out there for the Super Bowl, it was the first time I was ever on television, was in Houston. So I have a soft spot in my heart for you. Please make sure I don't hate Houston. Please make sure you buy your tickets. We gotta start off on the right foot. If you are a KFC Radio listener in Houston, you almost have a duty. Because if we kick off like on a shitty sales, like the whole tour's ruined. The whole fucking thing's ruined. So please, if you're near the Houston Improv, if you're not near the Houston Improv, drive far and wide to come to the Houston Improv on Wednesday, April 26th. It's going to be a time.
We will make it worth your while.
We will make it worth your while. We're going to kick things off the right way. We will be coming in hot. And then from there, we go to Austin, Dallas, and then Austin. So get your tickets if you are in the Texas area.
Dallas, Austin, Boston, and Stanford are all.
Honestly, those are all like sold out.
There's
still some tickets available, so if you're in those areas, go get it.
We literally don't care about you guys. Those will be sold out, so we don't fucking care. Get your tickets now if you really want to come. Otherwise, it's going to sell out anyway. Houston, go get fucking tickets.
One show, just Houston. Buy tickets.
Presented by Pirate Water. The hottest drink in the land. That's not an exaggeration. That's not a joke, motherfucker.
We got some numbers in. Pirate Water.
Get on the train now because it's selling out everywhere. We are tasting new flavors already. We had a taste test for flavors today, which are all fucking flames. I can't give you hints. I did tweet or Instagram a picture, so you could probably start doing some flavors guessing. But they're all fucking delicious. It's all so good. It is all put it on ice. The Pirate Water people were here. They were telling us people are pouring into slushy machines.
Yo,
it
that's an idea.
Yeah.
I would probably rip it right from the can. I don't know if I would put it on ice, but a slushy is a different game because that is like you're just getting shit faced on like a ice pop.
And to give you an idea on the popularity of Pirate Water. There are some major places who are going to be selling Pirate Water soon, including potentially athletic events. But
like at the concession stands at the stadium,
yes. There are people who already want it. Pirate Water is on the brink of being like, we're going to give it to you or not. So keep asking. Maybe we'll give it to you. Maybe we won't.
How about that? How about Pirate Water be like, we'll tell you if we can sell it there.
I don't know if you've ever heard of these little festivals maybe called like EDC.
Little ditty called EDC.
Little thing called EDC.
Pirate Water at EDM festivals must be a trip.
Dude, Pirate Water is so fucking awesome. Like I mean the drink itself. I also mean the people who work there. They were like, yeah, do you guys want to come to EDC? Unfortunately, it is the same weekend as Taylor, so probably not gonna make that one. But they're like, yeah, we got Chopper Saturday. We're gonna go all over EDC, all over Vegas. Oh yeah, Kevin wasn't in the meeting, so I like telling Kevin things this, and he's like, wait, what?
Got a Pirate Water heli.
Windy City Music Festival, Chicago. Pirate Water will be all over the place there. Not Governor's Ball, Rolling Loud, Miami, Pirate Water, all over the bitch.
It's not even spring break. It's not even summertime break, and we are already like ripping through cases on year one.
It's not even nice out yet.
The one thing that I was kind of like, I mean, there's plenty of things we want to achieve still, but in seeing Pink Whitney and watching some of these other like drink companies blow up, having a beverage was a big bucket list thing. Yeah. And obviously, we're doing this in conjunction with Brianna and Dana. But to have a hit like this feels good. That is some Barstool career bucket list shit.
Shout
right
out for
there.
sales. Thanks for telling us it was doing well.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. It's crazy. It's like we're in the dark. Like, I think this is a great idea. I think it'll probably work. I think that's a great pairing that we teamed up with everybody.
Maybe just one
The
number.
commercial
One
shoot was-
time say, hey, boys, you're doing a good job.
Yeah. Fucking. Oh, by the way, you have like the fastest selling drink in America.
Maybe let me know at
thanks.
the putt party.
So, all right, buy your pirate water, get your tickets. We also
One more thing.
one more piece
more
of
thing.
business to take care of.
For the, I'll guess, 20 listeners in the Westport, Massachusetts area. Not even area. You have to be in Westport, Massachusetts. Go vote for my mom today. My mom
Holly Feitelberg in the voting booth
on the ballot
on the ballot.
for library trustee of Westport, Massachusetts. She is she's running. She is running against the incumbent. She is running against
she's
also
gonna unseat some corruption.
also a former library trustee. So it's her on the ballot with a former trustee and the current trustee. She is up against it. Go vote for my mom. I will be home tomorrow watching at the election party.
God damn.
I'm very excited for that. By the time you listen to this,
Bro,
will
I swear, if I didn't have shit to do tomorrow, I might come to that. That would be amazing. I want like balloons in the background and shit, like everybody ready to rage.
She's got some great ideas. Library trustee is in charge of all the books and everything that my mom has accidentally stumbled upon the hotbed of American culture right now.
Yeah, listen, you got to decide: are we gonna sell? Are we gonna put Dr. Seuss in?
Yeah.
Are we gonna put Huckleberry Finn in? What are we gonna allow in our library?
And also, I am genuinely proud of my mom, and she's been putting herself out there. And
That
you
is,
know,
dude,
knock
that
on
is no
doors.
joke. Like to run for something where it's like you can people have to like you and vote for you or not,
Yeah.
and like you might lose. And when you're at that age and you're new to doing it, it's like that's you're putting yourself out there
Yeah.
for real.
But like, to be fair, like, it's a small town and it's, a rather small position. No one really knows until now. Like, again, like, she wanted to do this before
she
it became a thing.
We should have been on the campaign trail for her earlier. Should have been beating the Polly Feitelberg for trustee drum.
But in my head, I was like, I'm very proud of her. And again, I genuinely really am. But because I always see the negative and all that stuff, I'm like, she's probably gonna lose. Like, it's not the kind of position where, and this, by the way, this is I'm telling this is how I used to think. I have changed my thought on this.
Yeah.
But when I first heard about it, I was like, she's probably like, it's not a position where you can do something so volatile where people are like, we got to get him out of office.
Yeah.
So I would think it's a position
Whoever
where
just keep it steady.
the incumbent
and,
has a pretty solid shot to re-win. And I thought that until I heard two things. First of all, the incumbent pulled her aside and said, I think you're going to get the most votes ever. and I guess there are two. And my mom's response was, it'd be an honor to work with you. And I was like, God damn, that's cocky. But the second, and this is crazy, there are three people in the ballot: incumbent, former trustee, my mother running. My mother, Polly, but her birth name is Paula, so she'll be on the...
Wait. So the incumbent said you're going to get the most ever, or the former?
The incumbent. Is
Okay,
like,
so she's like, you're going to mop the
She's
floor.
like, yeah.
Wow. Why is she just so popular in town or something?
I don't know. She's obviously quite a likable
Polly's
person.
just that bitch. Like that. The fact that the library community is just like, Polly's here.
Yeah, look out.
Polly's here, motherfucker.
But my mom is on the ballot as her birth name, Paula. Well, not birth name, but she's still Feitelberg. But Paula Feitelberg.
Geraldine, or whatever her name was, right?
Geraldine. Also Geraldine, yeah. Look, vote for the Paula. However, another reason I thought she's going to have a great shot is the incumbent's name is Paula. And the former's name is Paul. So it's Paul.
There's two Paulas and a Paul on the ballot? Like her library trustee?
Get a shitload of votes accidentally.
I was going to say, it might just be a third, because you don't know who you're voting for. We're going to be in a deadlock.
Paula versus Paul.
That is insane.
In a town of like 500.
I was going to say, what are the fucking chances?
I actually, weirdly enough, I think it is a big town. Because there's so much land, but it is I do not think many
Highly
people vote in this
populated
election.
town, yeah. That is hilarious.
Westport, Mass, get out the
Let's
vote.
go.
Vote for Paula
Beat the
Feitelberg
street,
today.
Get out. Fucking get your I voted sticker. Wow. Good for her, man. I can't imagine doing anything like that.
Yeah.
I
She
ran
said she's
for high
doing all the
school.
stuff now
I
at
ran-
60 that she wishes she did at 20, which
Well,
I guess is kind
I
of...
ran for class president once, and it crushed my ego to lose. So I was like, fuck that. not doing that.
Never again.
There's just it's such a blatant yes or no.
Yeah.
And I
But you know
mean,
what's
I've
funny
said it
too?
before. The kid who beat me said I'll throw a big party if I win.
Can't beat
So
that.
I was like, I'll vote for you too.
Yeah.
It's like we can have a place to booze on Friday. Like, let's go. But it was like I tried. I actually had a fucking killer campaign. I made I took baby pictures of me. Not baby, but
Sorry.
we did like I had like funny younger photos of me that were like embarrassing or funny. And then I had like the campaign slogan or the joke related to the picture. But because I don't know if you did that. Probably, I don't know if your school's so weird. I don't know if you did that
I
kind
don't
of
really
stuff.
remember much.
We
We
had
had
put
the election, but like I
posters
don't remember
up
they were.
and,
I
like-
don't remember a lot of posters.
Yeah,
There was-
we like campaigned with posters, and so I had a fucking marketing rollout and everything. But like I think for instance, one of them was like when I was young, I was a little kid, and I was wearing my dad's Timberlands or something like that, and I said something like, I have big shoes to fill or whatever, shit like that.
yeah.
But everybody was like ooh and on about like my little fucking cute photos and shit. And I mean I remember killing it, and then the day of they were just like, "No, you lost." I was like, okay, well I'm gonna go kill myself now. So I ain't doing that shit ever again. But I commend anybody who gets into any form of politics, even if it's library trustee. You know what I realized? Have you done jury duty before?
I don't. No,
I've never done jury because I'm not. I never registered to vote at all.
You're not registered to vote.
I don't even think I'm registered to vote. I don't think I could vote if I wanted to.
Really?
Mhm.
I can't vote because I'm not registered in Massachusetts.
And I
but-
remember when there was a time, like 10 years ago, where people looked down on me like I was, this like immature piece of shit for not being registered to vote. And I kind of felt that a little bit. I was like, yeah, I mean, like every adult does this and I just don't. And now politics has gone so far that I'm like almost proud. Like, I can't. I never
I
really
was
got
never
involved in your
involved in this
fucking world.
shit.
But I think because I never registered,
By the way,
not
this is my mom's campaign files for. She has both names on it.
vote Paula parentheses Polly Feitelberg. Like, don't get it twisted. Just vote the Feitelberg. Vote the weird name. Yeah, that is hilarious with the books everywhere. It's cute. I think because I never like registered in that world. I never had because by this point discipline. Oh no, you don't. It's just a reflection on your beard. I have white hair on my beard.
Really?
I did a video the other day.
I noticed it here in like the.
I
chin
had
area.
like shocked white, like right here is like white beard. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm getting old. And back there, the oldest
Yeah,
moment
the
of my
back
life,
there's-
dude. When I left the Mets game the other day, did you see my Instagram stories?
You left. You got there going fast.
I got home. I went from Citi Field back to the Bronx in 21 minutes. I left right at the final out of the bottom of the eighth. Mets were up. The Marlins suck. I knew they were going to blow through 1, 2, 3. So I did leave early. So I can't claim that I was there for the final out, but I was in the parking lot. It was great. I mentioned it. I was like, I think I might dip because I got cold, by the way. It dropped like 30 degrees. And Clem was like, yo, I might, like, yeah, let's do that. So it was one of those, like, boom, final out of the eighth, dap it up with everybody, take some pictures, goodbye. We, like, leave. And as I'm leaving, like, as I'm outside the building walking to the car, I hear the roar of the final out. And now I'm like, I got to get to my car. I got to book it because everyone else is coming. And I got in there and I just hit the parking lot exit. And I'm home in 21 minutes. You can't if I told you, like, run down the block right now and get a sandwich and come back to me, you couldn't do it in 21 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. And you're talking about being in a car in New York City doing anything in 21 minutes. There are times you can't get through a light. It goes, you're stuck in traffic for, like, red, green for, like, 3 rounds and you do 21 minutes. I got out of a ball game, out of the parking lot, onto the highway, back at my house in 21 minutes.
That is.
And the joy that it brought me, I was like, oh, I'm an old man. I mean, it's officially like Costanza, like trying to make good time. I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I was like, this is a once in a lifetime moment. This is never going to happen again. I will remember this forever. Where were you when Kevin made it from Queens to the Bronx out of a baseball game in New York City in 21 minutes? It'll be a Jeopardy question for that. It was spectacular.
I think Mark Maron has a bit about that where he's talking about one of the greatest concert experience he's had in his life.
Getting
in
out of
his
it.
later in his life, like compared to what it was. And I forget what he was at a Stones concert. I forget what song it is, but he's like, I heard Satisfaction from the parking lot.
There is something very freeing about, like, there was a time where I would be like, I can't leave the game early.
Yeah.
Like, people might judge me. Now, if
I'm still don't leave the game early, guy.
Now,
And don't leave if you're losing. If
yeah. We were up 6-1 in the 8th against the Marlins.
Okay, yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
In fucking April baseball,
totally.
get the fuck out.
It's funny though. Also, like, if I was down 6-1 or whatever it was, 5-2, 6-1, whatever, I would be more inclined to stay, because if they hit a grand slam to walk it off or something like that, then you miss that.
Yeah.
If I'm there for the blown save against the Marlins in April, like, fuck, you know what I mean? So there, and you know, if it was the playoffs, I'm not like Frank Fleming. I would never leave a playoff game early. Like, there's certainly times, but just certain things that are like, you know, these rules you make up for yourself that you're not a man, or you're not a real fan, or you're not a tough guy, or, you know, you have to do the shot, you have to eat the hot sauce, you have to whatever.
Right.
It's like, now I'm just like, no. I'm not doing that, or I am doing that, whatever the fuck it is I want to do, you know? So it was, that was probably the greatest moment of the weekend. Maybe the greatest weekend of my life. The greatest moment of my life. That's where we're at on that one.
There it is.
It's like, if you could ask me what's the best thing that happened in the last 6 months, it'd be getting home from a baseball game fast.
Well, I got home from a hockey game exceptionally slow yesterday.
This is a great move that you and your dad did.
Yeah.
I love this move from your dad. Just, hey, let's go witness history.
I had an all-time day yesterday. So my dad, we're talking on the phone Saturday afternoon, and I had never even put together the idea that the Bruins were in Philly. Like, it hadn't even crossed my mind. My dad was like, "What are you doing Sunday?"
Well, I mean, it's not. Why would it be? I mean, just because it's close to you.
Yeah,
like, they're not in New. You would know if they're in New York.
Yeah,
but if they were going to break the record in fucking San Jose or something, like, you couldn't. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But it hadn't even crossed my mind. Like, oh, it's only an hour away. And so Saturday night we're talking, and I was on my way to go see Air. Unbelievable, by the way. Highly recommend Air. It's fucking great. Hour 50, never drags. Fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Air's I'm gonna go see it at least 2 more times in theaters. I can guarantee.
Wow.
That. Also, Ben Affleck looks Ari Shaffir. Just so everyone knows.
Ben Affleck looks like Ari Shaffir.
Yep. Watch Air and tell me I'm wrong.
Wow.
Yep. Don't tell me I'm wrong yet. Watch Air.
That's great for Ari.
Yeah.
Tough for Ben Affleck. Shitty for J-Lo.
He definitely like lost weight for the role. Like, he's playing Phil Knight, who's a runner.
Grow a honker of a nose.
He has like, it's like right here.
Huge Jewish nose.
Ari has like, you know, like this sunken in here a little bit. I think Ben like lost so much weight that he's kind of like a little, and like, and he has like kind of like a. Damn. Like a kind of like a old school Ari, like a little Jew froey hair.
Yeah,
and
Ben.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm talking to him. I'm walking to Air. I'm talking to him on the phone, and he's like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I was like, "Nothing." He's like, "Maybe the game." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "It is Easter." He goes, "I forgot about that." And I was like, "Yeah," which is weird because my dad goes to church. My dad's a church going man.
Yeah,
and he just forgot about Easter. So he's like, "I'll call you," because they had to be the devil Saturday night,
right,
for that to happen. That was an 8 p.m. game. My dad's like, "I'll call you. We'll see. I'll see what your mom's doing with Easter, blah blah blah." And I was like, "I'll never hear from you." Okay, catch you later.
Yeah.
And because I knew, first of all, 8 p.m. game, I knew he's not even gonna be awake to see if the Devils win, like if the Bruins win.
Yeah.
Like, so he's not gonna have any idea whether he should come or not because he's not gonna know how the game went.
Right.
And so I went to Air. Saturday night. Oh, yeah. Out tomorrow is episode 2 of Out of Order. Go watch that. Saturday night we were filming.
Bro, the way people talk about Out of Order, the guys who are in it, like on it, like working on it, is like if I were to walk in the studio and be like, did you, you know, like, and the way Paps talks about it, it's like, yo, did you see last night's episode of Thrones? You know, he's like, yo, we did an episode of Out of Order today. Like the excitement level from guys that I trust, they're funny, their level of their sense of humor, they talk about it like like it's a show. Like it's, I mean, it is,
Yeah.
but it's funny to be like, yo, this episode, this sketch, this segment, John did it. Like when you know that it's genuine, it's like, cause think about it. Everybody's made a ton of like funny shit here, but to get when a producer is like, yo, like, let me tell you about this thing. That's when you know it's fucking fire.
It's episode 2 is way, way, way better than episode 1.
Really?
Way better. I think so. Again, as someone who's in the room.
As someone who didn't watch episode 1.
Yeah.
Dude, if it
Go watch episode 1, by the way. If you don't watch it, you'll have no idea what's happening in episode 2. It's all connected.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
No, that's a total lie.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to get views
I
up
was
on
gonna say
episode 1.
that's a bit of a weird.
No.
To any other show, any other series, it'd be like episode 2. All right, first episode was good. Like, I'm sure they'll get better episode 2. There was never a thought of that. I was like, if Out of Order stays at this level forever, you're good. You'll have a hit.
Yeah, I hope so.
And
We'll see.
So for people to be like, it's way better, that's fucking nuts.
Again, in the room, I don't know. In the room, we were laughing a lot, fucking harder. Doing the stuff we did.
I laughed because I was sending Owen. I always just send Owen ideas for segments. I don't know if I can ever act in any of the sketches, but I feel like I have a ton of ideas for them. And one of them, I said, like, you should do this, XYZ. I was like, we'll get John dressed up all fat in some fat suit and fat makeup. And he sent a picture back and you were in a fat suit. And I was like, all right, even better. Let's go. We're already doing it.
I have regrets about the fat suit for episode. It's in episode 2. In the pictures, I was like, I don't look all that different.
I didn't want to say anything. Was that a fat suit?
No, it was just a fat belly.
Okay. That was like, I was talking about getting like a
makeup.
fat suit.
Yeah.
Like making you into a
Yeah.
fat person. And I was like, if that is like a professional fat suit, that's unfortunate.
Dude, there's one picture.
funny.
Yeah, I'll show you this picture. I was like, phew, that just looks exactly like me.
That's like when Ken Jack does the fat Frankies.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, is that just Frankie after a bad weekend? No, come on. You're fat. You're fat. You're fucking fat.
I know that's the problem.
It's funny.
But anyway, so Bruins beat Devils Saturday night. We are on location in New Jersey filming our sketch, and obviously I don't hear from my dad. He's fucking been asleep for 4 hours, and I was like, whatever, we're not gonna go. Who cares? Wake up Sunday morning. Wake up at like 9:30 to a text my dad sent at 7:44, I think, and it said.
Let's go witness history.
Let's go to
I'll
Philly
be there
witness
at noon.
history. On my way. See you around noon. I woke up at like 9:30 and saw his text. I was like, what if like we could never made any kind of concrete plans at all. It was
Like if you went out and tied one on the night before, you might have been
Hey.
fucking waking up at 11:30 being like, oh,
he
shit.
got there at 10:50. He was way ahead of his time.
Wow. I was going to say 7:45.
Yeah.
That
And
far of a trip.
well, and how this? He sent this text after Easter Mass. And he said he was sitting in
What do you go,
church.
6 a.m. mass?
We went to a 7 a.m. mass, and he was like, I was in church, and I was just like, I gotta be there.
Let's go.
He's like, I gotta be
I
there.
love that, man. That's, I
Mhm.
mean, your dad is pretty young, literally young, and then like young at heart, stays in shape. Like he's not like an old guy. you know?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, like, I don't think many people at his age are looking to like on a whim go to fucking Philly to watch a game, And the fact that he's doing that and I mean, I don't even know how you feel about it, but like being a dad now, like doing something like this one day, I think is like awesome. Like for every son that's probably like, oh fuck yeah, let's just go to the game, not realizing that it's your dad being like, I want to do this with my son. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this is probably as fun as it might have been for you, 10 times more amazing for him.
I will admit, I'm tearing up a little bit right now.
Yeah.
That like at the game, for people who don't know, the Bruins it was to break the record for the most wins in NHL history. And so we're at the game. Pasta scores a fucking hat trick, which
I didn't know that. That's sick.
Which took him to 60 goals for the season.
So 60, a hat
which
trick.
took him to 300 in his career.
Wow.
So this game
You
was.
saw like 4 landmarks.
I don't know if you saw this. I fucking went to the box office after the game.
Gotta take it.
And I was like, let me get a ticket.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let me get a physical ticket.
That's cool.
And-
That's when you know you saw some shit.
And so I was like, dude, my dad got one too. I was like, this is like 63rd win, never been done in history. Pasta's, who's going to score 1 million goals in his career, his first time hitting 60. First time since the Boston Bruins hit 60 since 1970 something.
Yeah, 60 is a lot.
There's only 2 people in Boston Bruins history. It's a team that's like 100 years old. It's an original 6 NHL team. There are 2 players in team history who've scored 60 goals. It's Phil Esposito and fucking David Pastrnak. He hit 300 on his career. It's an unbelievable game. And we're watching the crowd. And by the Bruins
is it
scored,
Bobby Orr who's a big?
he
Bruin?
changed the way. Yeah.
Did he never score 60?
No, he's a defenseman.
Oh,
but
okay,
he was a very offensive defenseman. He's like the first. And he
Right.
changed the way the game of defense was played in hockey.
Right,
Like
but he's not putting up 60.
Yeah. The Bruins became this, they now, you have to win the Stanley Cup, but they now have the chance to become the greatest team in hockey history. Like, they have officially opened that door, that they can be the greatest team in history. And it was
Who did they dethrone, by the way?
The 1995-96 Detroit Red Wings and the
I would have got that right.
Really?
I wouldn't have got the year, but I was going to say Red Wings.
and the actually fairly recently 2018, I think, Tampa Bay
Lightning,
Lightning.
right.
Yeah. But the game, it was never close, but it was always close, which makes sense, which actually kind of sucked. That's what sucked about being at an away game, is that the Garden would have been going crazy. TD Garden would have been going nuts. But it was, and then they were Saturday night, because that was to tie the record.
Yeah.
But this was like Philly's a shit team this year. They're like, any other time I'd be scared to wear a Bruins jersey in Philly.
Right.
But like, they wanted to lose. Like, they want a better draft pick.
Mhm.
They want
They're
a
tanky,
they want a
you're
chance
winning.
at Bedard.
Yeah.
So like, everyone was cool and shit like that. And I actually sent a tweet during the game where it was funny, where like, they were never actively rooting for the Flyers. They would just boo whenever "Let's Go Bruins" chant started.
Yeah,
so
we
it's
got to save face a little bit here. Yeah.
But so anyway, it was never really a tight game. It was always close, but it never felt close. So there was never that tension that you usually get in a big game moment.
Mhm.
By the way, shout out to Game Time for the tickets. The game. Once I woke up and saw his text, I texted our sales team right away. I was like, I need 2 to Philly. Hooked it up. But Bruins scored. They were up 4-2 with 3 minutes to play, 4 minutes to play, 5 minutes to play, I think. And they scored to take the lead 5-2. And it's like, all right, game's officially over now.
Mhm.
Like, whatever. So now, like, Flyers fans start emptying out. It becomes a Bruins home game.
Mhm.
And people were cheering and stuff like that. We were sitting, we got great seats. And I started to tear up there, because I was like, I looked at my
This is
dad,
a
and I'm like,
moment.
again, I'm getting like a little emotional again right now.
Yeah.
Where I was like, this is a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is
For
history. This is, I know,
And
obviously
like
that's the
your
team.
guys' team.
Right, that's like,
we've
we've had season tickets my whole life.
Yeah.
That's
right.
like, I was very excited the whole time, but I was never like, I'm gonna get emotional with this game.
Yeah.
But then, unbelievable day, and we get back, and my dad had mentioned, he's like, I'm probably gonna crash with you, and I was like, cool. And then and I was like, yeah. And then we get back, and he did stay with me last night, and I was doing laundry the day before, so like, as it's my dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can take the bed, I'll take the couch, and really quickly he was like, cool.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, I thought you were going to push back a little bit.
I thought I was going to have a chance in my own bed.
And so, and the bed wasn't even made, so I had to get the sheets out of the dryer and then make my bed for my
your
dad. Right? But then, so I sleep on the couch last night, and I wake up this morning like 8:30 or something like that. And he had just been, I have like the little, like those 2 stairs to the porch in my room, to the balcony. And I guess he had just been sitting on those stairs. And so the moment I wake up this morning, I just give like he goes, yup. Because he didn't want to wake me up. So he, like your dad, he had just been like
Sit in the room.
I just been sitting on the I walk in and he's just sitting on my stairs in my bedroom. And I was like,
that's what they do. That's what dads
I
do,
was
man.
like, what's up, man? He's like, nothing. Is there coffee around? I was like, how long have you been sitting there for fucking waiting for coffee?
Such a dad move.
But anyway, so then I get in the Wi-Fi because he's got to work today. And so he's doing Zoom calls, stuff like that. And I was like, hey, I'm going to run. I'm going to go to the gym real quick. I got a meeting at 10:30. I'll be back in like 45 minutes or so. And he's like, oh, good, blah, blah, blah. So I go to the gym, come back. My dad's all showered. He's put together. Now, he came to that game. He came from church. Like, it was a complete whim. So he didn't have a toothbrush.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have clothes. He had his work stuff in his car already because he never takes it out. And then, but he had no change of nothing. And he was like, he's like, hey, I took some stuff. I took socks, underwear, and a t-shirt, just a plain white tee, plain white socks. I didn't take anything big. And I was like, cool. And went to take a shower myself. And that was at 9 o'clock this morning. It's 4:07 p.m. as we record this. So for the last 7 hours, I have been thinking how, despite what a great day we had and like just a great father-son day, this ends with mine and my father's relationship being forever changed.
What did he see?
Because
would you not clean up or put away or what?
If he took a t-shirt, which he did.
That means he opened up a drawer.
From my t-shirt drawer.
What did he see?
That means he opened up a drawer.
Oh no.
And found my clone of Willie. Because bro, I don't keep it even a little bit hidden. I took a picture so everyone can see.
In the shirt drawer too?
Dog, it's not even a little bit hidden. I leave it there like it's
Yo, you had me in tears a few minutes ago. You've taken a turn.
Bro,
So
I thought for somehow it was gonna be a sex toy, like I don't know, one you use with a girl or something. That fact that it's
a clone of Willie, dude.
Your own dick.
Yo, those guys got more advertisement out of you than
I know, right?
Bro,
Yo.
I think about it now where I think of him getting out of the shower, pulling open my t-shirt drawer. And it's, again, I took a picture. I'm sure it'll be in the video. It is impossible to miss.
It's a big purple fucking tube.
Big purple tube.
Do you think there's a chance he doesn't know what it is?
I don't think so,
Clone-
Kevin. I think what he thinks is he's staring at it going, my son has a break glass in case of necessary dick clone. What the fuck? Bro, I think what my dad's wondering is that a regular thing I do? Like any woman I sleep with, I just make her a mold of my
just
fucking
this week's clone.
Like,
He has
my
another
dad
one.
is sitting at home right now wondering how many of those has he run through. My dad, I imagine my penis isn't that much different than my dad's. He's wondering how many of my dicks are out.
You know what he was thinking? He was like, I already did clone a Willie. It's yours. I fucking made that one. Yo, that is so unfortunate.
Dude.
Talk about like a magical night gone wrong. Like Cinderella, the clock struck 12 and your dad found your clone of dick.
Bro, like, we're driving home together.
my
He's
God.
waiting for me at home right now because we're gonna drive home together tonight for the
vote.
for the election party tomorrow.
My God.
And I'm like dreading a 3.5
What
hour
is-
car ride
what
because
is-
it's gonna come up.
What
It's gotta
is-
come up.
What is the worst? Is that the worst thing?
Dude, it can't be much worse.
What
Severed head, maybe.
I was gonna
no,
say-
a severed penis is worse.
if your dad found, it would have to be something like dark, like bad. Like your dad finds out you're a Nazi or something. But as far as like
I'm
embarrassing
Clarence
goes,
Thomas's friend.
what about like
you have a billionaire and you're a Nazi?
what if he just found what if he was like, I'm just going in to grab some boxers and he just finds women's underwear. It's like, my boy wears underwear. Women's underwear. Would that be worse?
No, I don't think so.
What
Because
do
like
you think? What do you think is? I kind of feel like if he found like that you wear bras and shit, I think your dad might be like, what the fuck? At least there's like an end game.
Well, what about this?
It's like, Dad, yeah, you clone your dick and you fuck a chick with it. Like if what? There's
Well,
there's
hang
some
on,
more
no.
embarrassing.
Let me flip the coin real quick. What if that's someone else's penis?
Yeah, I was thinking that, honestly.
Wait. Oh, so you?
I didn't think that until
so
later.
You're thinking that this is a boy's dick. That
that either
you
I use on
clone-
myself or
Right.
I use it with a woman.
right.
I don't know which is worse there.
Wait. Do you? Is it the case or is it
No, it's just the case. I've never made it.
Okay.
Still, it's still.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for the
So-
right woman.
So in the off chance that it's like one day I'll make this for somebody. I'll give her a ring and I'll clone my dick.
It's my grandmother's ring that nobody wants.
It's a family heirloom that.
I brought it up with 5 girlfriends now. Everyone's like, I'm all set. All right, I'll put it back in the t-shirt drawer then.
Put a pin in that. I want to come back to that for a second. But you think he picked it up?
Now here's the deal.
Because if he was looking and grabbed it and was just like, oh, this is a funny like if there was just a fucking ceramic dick in there,
Yeah.
I think he'd be like, holy shit. But the fact that it's a kit, at least it can be like you haven't put paper mache on your dick yet.
But that's what I'm thinking. Maybe he's like, I have a stock. Like,
right.
I'm like Jeter with a signed ball. It's like anytime you leave, it's like here,
No,
sweetheart. I know you're gonna want this later on.
That I don't think he'd go that far to be like he does this all the time. I'll be straight up. It's crazy that you put it in your t-shirt drawer.
It fits perfectly.
I remember one time getting somebody I was dating found something, and it was in my underwear drawer.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was like, "You put stuff in your underwear drawer?" Like everyone knows that's like the cliche place. You know what I mean? It's like
the t-shirt drawer. No one thinks
that.
to check.
I was gonna say maybe you're slick like a fox, like crazy like a fox, that put it in with your t-shirts, where everybody like is gonna open it up to borrow a t-shirt, but maybe they're not gonna expect to clone a dick in there.
That purple is so eye-catching.
Oh man, that is so fucking funny.
Now I will say this to hundreds of thousands of people. When I was a child, I went to my dad's closet to get something. I don't know what I went to get, a belt or a tie or some shit like that. And in my travels, I stumbled upon a roll the dice, do a sex edition game.
Yeah.
And I told no one about that. And I played it fucking cool until this moment right now. So how about this?
Be cool, Dad.
How about this fucking dad? Give me 15 years before this comes up again.
Fair point. More than
More than that, give me 20 years. I'm 34.
How about just take it to your grave?
Yeah.
How about we don't ever have to talk about this? I remember when I was probably in 4th grade, me and my brother, and then there was another pair of 2 brothers who lived nearby, and our parents all got together, which I'm now looking back on, it was probably throw the keys in the bowl, let's get loose and fucking party. And we were spying on the parents sort of thing. Where you think you're being slick and you're hiding behind the stairs and they absolutely know you're there. But I think eventually they got a little, too drunk, and we really were kind of hidden, and they were outside, we were hidden in the bushes. And they started to talk about purple lingerie, basically. They're talking about matching purple underwear or whatever. And I remember being like, we gotta go. We can't, game's over. I don't want to hear this. I don't know. We were joking around about eavesdropping.
Too far.
Yeah. Yeah. And then as soon as it was all right, the parents are talking about, purple lingerie together. We gotta go. We gotta fucking go, man. But your dad finding your clone of Willie is top 1% of things you don't want your dad finding. What's worse? A dad finding his son's clone of Willie or his daughter's vibrator?
Daughter's vibrator.
You think? I think there's a level of you don't want to see it, but your daughter's gonna grow up and be a sexual person.
Yeah.
Your son cloning his dick with paper mache is not something that you necessarily have to accept is going to be happening.
Yeah. My father absolutely thinks I'm a pervert.
And your father is correct.
There's no longer any question in his mind. My son's a fucking pervert.
Do not get it twisted. We are perverts. We are the only people, if you ask anybody about a clone of Willie, the only people that would know a story, it's us. Yeah. We're the only people who tell these stories. We're the only ones who have dick cloning stories. Okay? So we're perverts. And there's cats out of the bag.
Well, there it is. Yeah. It's official. I had my suspicions, but yeah, he's a pervert.
I think as long as you are of an appropriate age and he finds a appropriate enough sex toy.
Right.
If you open up the drawer and you find your daughter's fucking dragon dildo, that's they're sitting on a parking cone or it's like a full
or you
fuck
squeeze
machine.
it and it hits you with cum. Like, what the fuck? Was she a pervert?
If that happens, we've got a problem. If your dad finds like a, the Rabbit or a Lilo fucking regular vibrator or whatever, you're not happy about it. But I think you can close the drawer and like block that out. If your dad finds like a 12-inch tentacle, maybe. But your dad finding his son's clone kit is pretty bizarre. That's some new age shit, man.
Yeah.
That's some new age shit that he's probably never.
That's what, like, even
never,
that.
He might not.
where,
I
like,
mean, clone a Willy is pretty, but like he might have been like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
but
you know
even
what I mean?
like a vibrator or something like, standard like that, you'd see it go, oh, I know what that is. Never mind. Like, he probably picked this up. It's like, what the fuck?
You're
is
right.
it?
Like this thing is
Clone a
huge.
Willy. Wait.
Oh,
Hang
did you
on.
what? That is.
You need to use a mixing bowl for this sex toy.
There's a time limit on this thing. That is so. Clone a Willy needs to not.
Thought we were having one kind of trip. It turns out it's a different one, Paul.
That is fucking hilarious. To go back to what you were saying about you gone through multiple girlfriends with this Clone a Willy. Where do you stand?
I've on no joke. I've probably pitched this Clone Willy to 6 different women. It remains unused,
and they showed no interest, or you were like,
no,
well, I'll get to it, and you never did it.
Everyone was like, anyone who wants to make plans that you don't really want to do. Like, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Totally,
For sure.
we'll get to it.
Yeah,
They
no.
weren't like, yeah, do it right now. I need to walk around with this thing forever.
No, yeah, next week. Next week we should definitely get drinks.
Where do you stand on like, if you have sex toys, and you have like a significant other that you use them a lot with, when that relationship ends, do you have to like get rid of those?
I think you should.
You should.
Yeah,
That's what yes.
Have you? Well, I don't really have any sex toys that like I keep around. Like usually, I bring the condoms. Yeah.
Okay. Do you actually?
No.
But like if you
like fucking 14, dude. No.
would
You
you
got HPV. Get over it.
would you wouldn't even make the gesture of like, I brought these, but come on.
No, I honestly would not. I wouldn't fight someone.
I never like I remember a girl being like, come on, you don't have any, and I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, okay, like we won't have sex tonight. Like
I was like, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not one of those like I refuse to put it on. But if we're both like, let's just be cool about it.
well, like this girl very much like kind of put her foot down, and I don't know, expecting me to like, okay, I was lying, or let me run to the store. I was just
I'd
like,
go to the store. I mean,
I would not. I mean,
if I was in Tulsa, if I had to get in a car, probably not. But in New York, I'll go to the
I
store.
guess I mean, if you could like just walk downstairs and go to the bodega on the corner, maybe. But I was just like, okay, I don't know, we'll do mouth stuff. I don't get why that doesn't. You don't require a dental dam for me to fucking do this, do you? Like you were okay with what was happening 5 seconds ago, weren't you?
Did you bring a condom? Why are you pro-life?
Next time, what do you have, AIDS? Like, why are you telling me I need to wear a condom? Fucking old gangbang over here making me wear a rubber.
I just make sure they have multiple partners. It's just like, be like, I don't know whose it is. Like, all right, fine. It'll be his problem.
As long as I have plausible deniability.
I'm not the only person you're sleeping with, right? Okay, no condom then.
You're promiscuous, right? There's a lot of dick in that pussy. Okay, I gotta run through that now.
As long as I have someone else I can pass it off on.
You're actively having sex with somebody else? Okay. Just what I wanted to hear. Yes. The polar opposite of every man out there. Great news.
Dude, she's pregnant. So what? She's fucking 5 other guys. I don't give a shit.
I feel like if you have a sex toy, like if a girl has a vibrator that a guy uses like on her or with her, and then he goes, like, she can keep, that's her vibrator that just other guys get like multiple use.
Yeah.
But if you're a guy that has sex toys at your house for a girlfriend, when you break up, it's like that's her. It's like one pussy per toy.
Yeah.
But like multiple hands can use it,
Right.
but it can't be going into
I
multiple
think that's
people.
fair.
That's
That's fair.
Again, that's what should happen. I'm sure there's people who buy fucking expensive stuff and they're like, we're gonna wipe this down.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put it back in the box and oh look, it's new. I don't know. I'm sure that goes on because that shit can get expensive. But I think like that should be the rule.
I think it's a fair. Yeah.
Like if you're just popping butt plugs into multiple people, that's crazy.
Well, I actually, this is a long time ago, but I used the butt plug and the girl was like, you haven't used this before, right? And I was like, no. And I was being honest. And that should be weirder. Like, I just
You had it on the ready.
Yeah, I just happened. I'm being dead serious with you. This is brand new. Isn't it
Why did
bizarre
you
to
have
you
it?
that I have a brand new butt plug?
Why did you have
it? It was like I had a girl.
You were supposed to use it and
like
didn't, whatever. Yeah.
But
It's like no, I just have these fucking ready to go,
Yeah.
girl.
No, I get a standard shipment. Prime knows once a month. Yeah, with the lights, of course.
No, it's got the jewel. It's got the little jewel in the front. That's hilarious. Anyway, earlier I mentioned how I've never had jury duty. And hopefully I can just keep escaping. I've also, I've heard like everybody has to do it, and if you don't, it's like a felony.
I've been told I have to go to jury duty, and I just didn't.
So that's
It
what
was
I'm
in
wondering.
it was in Massachusetts.
I'm
I
wondering
lived
if-
in New York, and it was in Massachusetts. And I was like, I'm not going with that.
I'm wondering if I missed it, like, because I lived in New Jersey, I lived in New York,
Yeah.
I had multiple apartments here and there, and I don't even open my mail, even when I know where I live.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do I just miss this, and everyone has lied to me about the ramifications of that, or have I never gotten jury duty? And the only reason I started to think that is that I know I've never registered to vote, so I'm like, maybe that's how they know if you're in the system that way.
I think I just accidentally registered. I think I just did it when I got my license.
Yeah, I
guess
think you have to
when
like check a
renewed my
box, but I don't
license,
think I did it. I was like, I don't want that shit.
Really? I was like, Oregon donor. I was like,
I did the Oregon.
I was like
donor thing.
18 years old. I was like planning. I'm gonna be a good.
But
person
is
for
that
my
what
life.
makes you in jury duty, or is it like having a social security number will put you in jury duty? I'm pretty sure it has to do
I
with
would
voting.
think it's registering.
Yeah, so I think I don't have that. Anyway, this is all to say, I'm watching this new show, Jury Duty, and it's about to pop. It's
I was
about
gonna say,
to
as
be-
you, there, it's hard to explain a show funny,
yeah.
and
And it
sounds
just
very
describing it
funny.
makes you
Yeah.
laugh. Let me look. I mean, every time I open up Homeboy's profile, he goes up another like 500 followers. So he's about to really grow. It is a social experiment type show, reality TV. Everybody is in on it except for one guy. So this they put up a Craigslist ad that said, if you need extra money, we're going to be doing, which there's got to be some sort of, like, to me, it'd be like, how do you know that I got jury duty? I guess it's like, we're here for this case. If you get called for this, in addition to, we're also doing a documentary. If you want to be a part of it, you know what I mean? Because like, how would you know if you're going to make a movie, you don't know what case you're going to get assigned or whatever,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. So anyway, they said on Craigslist, you can make extra money. We're doing a documentary on the criminal justice process. So, here you go. And he signs up for it, and everyone else is an actor, including like James Marsden, the actual actor, is playing himself. And it's like, yeah, even celebrities get called to do jury duty. And then there's like old women and young, black, white, weirdos, normal people. And the shit that goes on, I've only watched 2 episodes, and the shit that goes on while these people are in court or deliberating or whatever, it is fucking hilarious. And this dude, his name is Ronald, legit Ronald. I think he goes by Ronald. And he is, Jackie, he's just like the nicest dude. He's just like, I think girls are about to love this guy, right? Like, gonna love him. He's a tall, good-looking guy, and he's just this genuinely, like, he's taking the process so seriously. He's like talking in earnest about.
Does he think this is how jury duty always goes? Like you need confessionals and stuff?
No, I think he knows it's like a like it was like you
I
can
see,
make
I
it a
see.
few
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
bucks. I think that's what he even says. Like, I did it because I just needed some extra money or whatever. So he's like, because that was my first thing was like, this is so funny, and he's taking it so serious. That is he an actor too, and this is all a story, and we're the ones getting played. But I think the whole story is like, I just thought I wanted extra money, so I thought I had to like do confessionals and do interviews and give my thoughts, because he's being really serious about shit that is ridiculous. Guys, There's a guy who straps crutches to his pants so that he can have, he calls them his chants because they're chair pants, so he can sit down whenever he needs to. There's a heart attack at one point. The judge like cuts his hand open when his car gets robbed. Like crazy shit is happening. And the whole time he's looking around like, this is fucking nuts, man. And he has an interaction with James Marsden. This is what was crazy to me. He was being honest. And James Marsden was like, yeah, man, like, you know, I'm in movies. I'm in X-Men. And I was in The Notebook. And he says, I'm in Sonic. And Ronald says to him, he's like, oh, really? Man, I heard that movie was a piece of shit.
No way.
Imagine saying that to somebody. And then he comes
Sonic, by the way, was great.
He comes in the next day and he goes, and this was weird too, because this is why he's so perfect. Because he's like honest, but he's also he's humble and he's a little bit weird. He goes, I have to humble myself before you, James. I watched Sonic last night because we had our interaction, and it was a great movie. It was great. I was wrong. People
I remember
were wrong.
walking out of Sonic for the first time going, oh, that's going to be a mega
hit.
franchise.
Yeah, mega
Like, because
But
I
who would say
enjoyed
that?
it as an older person. Maybe
Yeah,
younger
I mean, the
people.
kids must have fucking loved it.
Yeah, to say that, bro, we've had a million guests on this show by now. Everyone's everything ever was fantastic.
Was the best. Oh, I loved it, dude. I loved it. So it's on Freevee. I watched it on my Amazon Fire Stick. I think Freevee's like part of Amazon.
Yeah, it's on regular Amazon.
Okay.
Like that's just
So
at,
yeah,
like,
you can
the
just watch it
bottom.
on Amazon Prime. I think there's 8 episodes. I'm only on like 2, and I'm already like, this is brilliant. It's fucking a masterpiece, and they're only 2 episodes in. So we have Marsden coming in to promote it, so we'll talk to him about it. But I'd love to try to get this Ronald guy in as well.
That's so funny, dude. That's just the way the world is, where it's like,
And-
James Marsden is coming in. Hollywood heartthrob. And it's like, I'd love to
hope
get
you're
that random dude named Ron.
He's got 5,000 followers.
Yeah, thanks, James. Happy to be here. Where's Ron?
Where is Ronald at? I mean, he is as regular of a guy as it fucking gets. Like, Ronald Gladden. I mean, he's got like,
You see him?
his Instagrams are mostly like his dog. Is him on the left there.
Oh, yeah, I can see him being like,
You know what's
I-
weird though? Do you watch The Secret Life of Sex? The Secret Life of
no,
College
no,
Girls?
No.
Do you girls watch that? There's one dude on it who is not famous, but that show is a hit on HBO Max. And he's like a prominent one of the boyfriends in it. So I was like, wait a minute, that guy is an actor, and he's not playing an actor. He's not like, I'm an actor. He's playing a person.
Yeah.
I do think they might have filmed this a couple years ago or whatever it was, but there's only one guy that was like kind of recognizable. This is the chair pants guy. He's so fucking weird. And things happen, like there's this old woman, and she keeps falling asleep during like deliberations and shit, during opening statements. And the judge is always like, you're the foreman, like wake her up. So he keeps like tapping her, and he like gets called to approach the bench. And he's like, I'm afraid that she's missing testimony. Like we have to keep her awake. And he's like, I don't, what do you want me to do? I can't. How do I keep this woman awake? And so I said, this guy Ronald I'm sure that they did research and interviews to find like an impressionable person that this would work for.
Yeah.
And it's a smash hit. So I would never be so cocky to say I have a better idea. But you would be perfect.
Really?
I mean, think of it, it's like you got to just be the biggest pushover who has no desire for any confrontation, who would never be like, wait, what the fuck's going on here? You know, like how far could they take it for you to just keep being like, I don't know, I guess this is a wacky jury. You would do it all. If there was some guy, this guy is literally, he's trying to sit down with crutches on his pants, and he's like knocking things over, and I'm thinking somebody might be like, what's going on
Dude,
here?
what the fuck?
Right. But I feel like John would be like, oh, I don't know, the guy's got crutch pants on. I don't know what's going on here. Like, and they make him be, if some judge called you and was like, I heard that you are like the best we have, you're the foreman, you wouldn't stop it, right?
No.
You would just. I mean, it's all you need all those things for the people.
No.
Oh, you know what was great?
I would never ever speak up about anything.
I don't even want to spoil. I don't want to spoil too much, but the one guy they're in the first day they're all trying to get out of it, and they're like, "Do you know what to say? Like what to do?" And Ronald's like, "I mean, I don't know. The only thing I ever heard is an episode of Family Guy where Peter says he's racist. Like that's crazy." And so they go through all these other jurors. They're like, "Is there any reason you can't be a good juror?" And one guy's like, I'm sick. One guy's like, I have to take care of my kids. One woman goes, it's just not for me. And the judge is like, you're dismissed. And they're all like, wait, what? And then the one guy steps up and the judge says, is there any reason you can't be a juror? And he goes, and he's looking back at the guy the whole time. And Ronald's going, no. And the guy goes, I'm racist. And then he has to like recant it and be like, I just heard that somewhere. And the judge is like, did you hear it from someone? And he's looking back at him again. He's like, no. It's so fucking funny.
Is it weekly or is it all out?
It's all out, I think. It's all out now. It genuinely has a chance to be like, I think like one of the most talked about reality shows. And what's wild is it's just him. Like, I mean, James Marsden is going to come in and promote it and shit, but like he's already famous, These other people are kind of like no name actors, but they also don't get the shine that he gets. So you go on The Bachelor and like everybody gets Instagram followers, everybody gets famous. It's going to be Ronald. Like it's just Ronald. So
I wonder if it's like jury duty propaganda or something. Cause like now I want to go.
You want to do jury duty?
Like,
oh, you would be amazing.
It's state TV.
Jack. They're gonna see like people requesting jury duty. Jackie would be fantastic.
The only
as a
apartment,
juror.
fine.
Imagine.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you would
just
you.
not know what's going on the whole time. Like I don't think
Nah, you know what? You say that, but like kind of happened with Survivor, where all of a sudden you got sucked in and you were playing the game.
Yeah,
I could see you being like, okay, like
Oh,
no,
I
we
wanna
gotta play by the rules. We gotta like do everything right here.
I want to go to. Call me in. I want to go to jury duty.
You hear that, New York State? California, whoever, I don't know how that works. Call in Jackie Nichols. We got Trevor Wallace on the show today, who's his roast of Bert Kreischer. He posted on Instagram the other day. It was so fucking funny. He just murdered Bert. Just it's like, I'm so happy you're here and not on a plane or a boat or a fucking mountain or literally anywhere that your family is. Like,
I worry about roast of Bert because I feel like that's gonna hit a little close to home. I don't know if I want to see that. Where it's just you ever get a Ghost of Christmas Future roast, which I should be so lucky, but I probably won't be so lucky.
Yeah, you'll be all the bad with none of the good.
All the bad part without any of the good stuff.
If you want to watch that, by the way, it's out on OnlyFans. I think Whitney produced it, Whitney Cummings. And the dais of people is like fucking unbelievable. So go check that out. But Trevor's on the show.
If you are not merched up right now, fix that in the Barstool Store. Go to Barstool Store. Go to store.barstoolsports.com. We have tons of merch in there. We're going to get more for the Bruins playoffs, which I just mentioned in the Game Time app. We have the Sad Boy Season 2 corduroy hat flying around. Sad Boy Season 2 anorak jacket. That jacket is flames. Olive green. Can't be beat. April shower is going to bring May flowers. Make sure you have your premium anorak jacket. Sad Boy Season hoodies, Moonman plaid, plush hoodies, KFC Radio's Who's the Biggest Asshole game, ATI, all of the best stuff. Go to store.barstoolsports.com. Get what you can. Get it now. You're welcome.
All right, 1 Minute Man topics. Your girl, Taylor. Single. Singy for the summer. I can't stand that the reaction is just like, well, the music's gonna be awesome.
Bro, anytime there are obviously certain artists, Adele, Taylor, it's basically those two. Maybe you could put a little, but Drake never has really public relationships, but Drake has that emotional music. Anytime they break up, it's like best album of all time about to drop.
On the way.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
I hate that, man. Not even because it's like part of me is like, that's trash. Like, I don't know, a 6-year relationship breaks up and your first thought is like, I can't wait to hear I want you to make music for me about it. So fuck you. But also, no, it's mostly that. That's also what it is. Fuck that. I mean, it is what she does, so I'm sure there will be a bunch of fucking songs about it or whatever. But
she also, I mean, I take not great issue, but I take some issue with the people who get mad about it with Taylor. Because it's like, what else are you supposed to like? I don't know. Like, you could apply it to this podcast. Like, oh, something happened in Feits' life. He's probably gonna talk about it.
I think the only thing,
that's
okay.
what.
Here's what I would say, and I know she has made some songs about this, but I think, and it's probably a male-female thing in some way. Like, if you were to stereotype it, I would like to hear more songs about like her fucking becoming the most successful pop artist in the world.
Yeah,
like I think a male, maybe it's more of a rap thing that I come from.
You're more of a mastermind guy.
Yeah, and I think it would, if you like Drake talking about like, I'm the fucking best in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 25 sitting on 25 mil. Like, here are all the things that I do. Here's what I dominate. Here's what I'm good at. Like, fuck the haters. Like everybody else. Like, she could be doing shit like that, and instead it's like it is just very, very often about boys. And
As
to
a
me,
Taylor
that's
fan,
like,
I hope she does not go that route.
yeah, you want to just keep it the same.
I like Taylor. I would not like Taylor to be like, I'm 25 sitting on 20. Like,
But
shut up,
don't you?
Taylor.
Aren't you sick of hearing about like relationships every time? No.
Well, no. I mean, you don't really listen to her catalog. Like, no, she
It's
has
a lot though.
I think it's about as many as she's had. There's plenty of songs. If you want to listen to awesome Taylor Swift songs that never mention a relationship, there's 100 of them.
I mean, I would say it's like 3 out of every 4 are about relationships.
You would be incorrect.
Really?
Yes.
I
yes.
mean,
absolutely, very incorrect.
I think if you went through her album, 75%.
Honestly, she has a song about why she can't talk like that. Like,
because it's like, but yeah, that
because
even that
everyone
is more,
would just call her a bitch. Like,
I would
man.
like that even though, like more of that than just like, well, then I'm gonna cater to what that makes me hate it even more. If it's just like, well, I want to be making music about other stuff, but I can't, so I'll just do it.
But she that's just a thing where I think most people who think all of Taylor's songs are about her past relationships are people who don't really listen to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't listen to. I think there's a reason why that's her reputation, though.
I think it's partly
about it.
Woman. She's a woman, and partly she's just dated a lot of famous people, and then like there's like none of them are explicitly about anybody. So then it's part
that's
of
why
her
I don't think it's
popularity.
about famous. It's not. It's because she doesn't name them. It's just about.
But I mean, I think that's
You
what
can always
adds
assign
to
it
the
to
air
her
of it. People are like
boyfriends.
thinking like, who's this about? And she's like, it's not about anybody. What are you fucking talking about? Like,
Yeah.
and be like, no, this one's about Harry. This one's about Jonas. This one's about, and some of them are correct. They've uncovered enough little things, but I don't, and maybe just because maybe I consume it differently. Like I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift. I'm never like, oh, that's about so and so. That's other. I'm just like, this is a good song.
I mean, the crazy fans are. They are always
Right.
trying to assign.
But
it to somebody. But I think that's also part of because she has said this one, or you find out this one's about Joe Jonas and this one's about.
I don't
John
think she's
Mayer.
ever said anything's explicit about anybody.
Right. But I think we know. I even know of certain songs are about certain guys with the breakup over voicemail, and this one's about John Mayer taking her virginity, and this one's about Tom Hiddleston being older. Like,
well, couldn't you do that about like my stories? Like, oh, I know what girlfriend that's about. That's
totally.
Right.
I just whether she just doesn't.
If you were to break it up to like, oh, these are like 6 stories Feits talk about all the time. Like, I know that's about so and so. He was with this person, and you'd have to be a diehard fan to do that.
Yeah.
But like, it's most people are just like, oh, it's a funny story he tells. But there's some people like, I know who he's talking about. There.
Yeah. I just maybe it's because she doesn't confirm or deny or whatever. But I don't know. To me, it's just like, are we gonna do it? Oh, we're gonna get a Taylor Swift breakup album now? It's like we have done the Taylor Swift breakup album.
Well, she's never
5
done a
times.
Taylor Swift breakup album.
I feel like they're all the breakup album, John.
But again, you just don't listen to it.
I think I've listened enough and I've seen enough to be like, it's, there's like.
And if an
there's
album has
there's
like
pop
18
tracks.
songs on it, and there's a song on it about a breakup, it's not a breakup album.
There's way more than one song about breakups or just relationships in general. Whether it's a breakup,
But I would.
It's
venture
just
to
all
guess
about love.
Under 10% of Taylor's catalog is about breakups.
I would guess 90% of them about relationships. If you want to say breakups,
But
fine.
that's what life. I mean, life is relationships.
Not really though. There's a lot more to life than your romantic relationships. That's what I take.
First of all,
umbrage
I
with.
think that 90% is again very inaccurate. But I'm
I
just
would say
saying
75%.
I don't think so either. But I if you want to say 90% of songs are about life, that I'll give you.
No,
But,
because I think it was just more about, I don't know, family, work,
Let's
Like,
we could look at her,
girlfriends.
we could look at her album list right now.
other than just boys all the time, because that's what it feels like.
Like, let's see. Fearless, Love Story, yes. Hey Stephen, yes. White Horse, no. You Belong With Me. Breathe, no. Tell Me Why, no. You're Not Sorry, yes. This is also younger stuff. Like, this is from Fearless. This is what she wrote when she was like, I don't know, 24. Evermore, Folklore, no. Those aren't about anything. Reputation, I would eventually guess the whole album's basically no. That's mostly Kanye and Kim. 1989, that's like all pop. There is like a little bit. I don't know if there's a breakup song in there. I'm sure there is one. Red is one. Red is, I think, has some breakups to it. I think it's younger Taylor. Like if you start in 2013, there's not a ton of breakups.
Like the Lover album is not about relationships.
Again, like relationships, yes.
Yeah, that's
But
what I mean. It kind of got skewed more towards breakups, but I mean, it's just always about boys and relationships with boys.
Midnight,
Whether you love them or breaking up with them, or you're my crush, or whatever it may be.
I'd say
heavy
Taylor's
that.
last 4 albums are pretty non-breakup. But yeah, when she was a kid, she probably wrote more about it. But anyway, this is what I had something I wanted to say about this though. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, what I do like about their breakup is, and I haven't done the Keegs deep dive on it. I heard Taylor and Joe broke up, and I went, that's sad, but also I don't know.
People were like in mourning.
I'll be
like,
okay.
Oh my God.
I like that they were just like, at least their public statement is just like, we grew apart.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
You know what's
right? Like,
you know what
just
I thought was
honest,
weird
like
about it?
whether or not it's honest, that statement in and of itself for them,
Yeah.
it's a pretty that's what every breakup could be. We grew apart.
I feel like it's a I guess they call it the 7-year itch is a thing. So maybe I'm wrong on this because there's a term for it. I feel like that's a weird number to break up at. I feel like you're like, we've been together like 30, like we stayed together when we shouldn't have. We've been together for 30 years. Now we're breaking up. Or you realize like before, like 6 years is a long time to then not marry or end up with or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you either break up earlier than that or you've been gutting it out for like 2 extra decades. That's a weird number to just be like, all right, we tried this thing for 6 years, didn't work. Because they've been, it's also like, did things drastically change from year 5 to 6? Then there's a reason why you break up. Yeah. But they've been famous or in this famous.
He got a lot more famous while they were together
because of her or on.
No,
his own?
I think I don't know.
He's big in like
why
Britain.
he got the roles and stuff like that. But he did.
So maybe that's part of it.
Normal People, that show. Whoever the writer of that book, he did that.
I thought she was with that Joe Antonoff guy.
No. Because
he has an A name, right?
Jack Antonoff. Yeah, it's Joe Alwyn.
Joe Alwyn. Okay. So I
Antonoff.
thought it was like, oh, this is the guy who makes music with her, and that's gone. But so this is just
Yeah. He wrote a few songs on the more recent albums, the pandemic albums. He was credited as a ghostwriter. I forget what his name was. It was something Bowery.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Right, he wrote them, but yeah, they didn't put the name on there.
And it was minimal songs. It's probably 2 or 3 total.
If you have a like visceral, like real reaction to a celebrity breakup that goes beyond like you're having fun with it and you're just guys, you're a fucking psycho. You're a fucking psycho.
Yeah,
I would say that about people in general. But like if
Keegs don't listen to this.
I mean, no, Keegs, you're a psychopath. Like if someone in your life breaks up, obviously it's a family member broke up or whatever.
I don't think I've had daydreams about my parents getting a divorce. I don't think I'd have a visceral reaction to my parents getting divorced. And I'd be like, all right, I'm 34 years old. Your job's done.
Totally. My parents wanted to get a divorce now. I'd be like, thank God. If your friends break up, do you really care? No, right? Yeah, like if
I'll do a weepy podcast about it. But
like if one of your friends came to you and was like, dude, I'm just like devastated about this breakup, would you be like, oh well, it sucks, like I don't want my friend to be sad, but like shut the fuck up, dude.
Oh,
Like, right? That would be your
100%.
yeah.
100%.
Like I've never been, even if it was like, yo, wow, I thought you guys were perfect for each other, I would just be like, but I guess you weren't.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the thing. People get in their head like what should be. Like you should be together. You guys are perfect. I can't believe that you guys should have made it.
Do you know how many
You should have got married. The only people
relationships I've said that
J
to?
Lo and Puffy. I'm like, you guys. I think you were perfect. Other than I'm just like, if someone breaks up, then you are not good together.
Yeah.
That's it. That's I mean, I guess you can have some extenuating circumstances, but
It
it's
is like the
just let
shock
people-
of people being like, I can't believe it broke up. What do you mean? We've talked about it. Like, what is it?
What
What
do
is the number? 95% of relationships probably end. Like,
every relationship.
it's 60% of marriages. It's 60% of people who thought they found the one end.
Every relationship
how
you're
many-
ever in, except for one, theoretically,
Right.
ends in breakup. So
I can't believe the common thing happened. This is crazy.
also, it's like, tell me why. Why are you so shocked?
Yeah.
I guess if you were like in someone's life and you're like, oh, they seemed perfect to each other and they were always happy, I'm so surprised. Otherwise, like, you have no
Those people are
fucking
doing what we
idea.
call playing house.
Yeah, right,
By the way,
right.
I have been, while having this conversation, I've been doing two things. I think you just don't really like pop music. Because I'm trying to think of like pop songs that aren't about relationships.
I was gonna
Like-
say that's kind of all bands. Like even like rappers, like they have songs. about,
Rappers
like,
obviously
no,
are.
rap-
Rappers have
rappers
some,
are
but
not
rappers
really
are
doing
different. But I would
feel
hope
like
Taylor
bands.
doesn't.
I feel like there's more.
Like I would write to like early pop, whereas like NSYNC first song, hey ba ba ba, Backstreet Boys, I want to show you a piece of my heart.
yeah.
I want to be with you. Like there's, I think that's what pop music.
I mean, there's like
is.
party tracks. I think there's
Which Taylor has a ton of.
yeah, but it's just more like the percentage of your catalog. I mean, I know you're going to say it's not, but I just think there's. I bet you if you do it out, it's a lot more relationship. than
I
any
would bet
other-
it's on. I
any
would bet
other
it's
genre.
not jarringly different than a standard pop artist.
Like who we compare to?
Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez,
One Direction.
One Direction, Bieber.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
mean,
like a
I'm
genre.
even thinking
Yeah.
like a pop punk band or pop punk bands. Like
Yeah.
That's all
I mean, I guess it's
relationships.
just like I feel like there's songs about like she just does it in a. It's like you can like make a song about like sex or like I don't know. I feel like there's a different way to. But you're right. I mean, it probably is just mostly, just everybody crying about their relationships. It's just like maybe that's why I like rap music. 'Cause it's like not that. It's like let's talk about something else.
just talk about fucking bitches.
Yeah.
Relationships.
Yeah, I like that's why I like rap because it's like about rap. It's about it. You know what I mean? It's about being the best because you can like do rap in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can rap better. I would like pop artists to be like I'm the best singer. I have the best. I can play the best instruments. I don't know.
Ariana Grande. I would guess Taylor has a catalog on par with her about relationships.
Yeah, I guess it's just because
Which is, I think, Ariana
you know what
Grande
the
has
problem.
best voice,
I
but
think the
thought
difference is that Taylor's has had so many relationships.
Yeah. Right.
where
That's what I was saying.
It's like
They're with a lot of
that
celebrities.
there's like most people have like one or two like big breakups.
Yeah.
Or big relationships, and Taylor has like 8 or whatever.
Kevin, did you watch Succession last night?
I did not. I heard somebody died.
I did watch Rabbit Hole,
I
in
will
case you're
not.
wondering.
You watched what?
Rabbit Hole, obviously. I came home, first thing I did, popped it
What's
on.
that on?
Paramount Plus.
Were you saying the other day that your aesthetic is Paramount Plus or something like that? Is that you? I feel like
no,
I
I don't
know if
think
you
so, but
said
I
it
can
or
see
I
it.
was thinking I was like Paramount Plus is the John channel. it's got
Bro, that's why
those shows.
Criminal Minds. Hell yeah.
Bud Light and Dylan.
I've never
Mulaney?
heard of this person.
I
Yeah.
never fucking heard of this
Never heard of
person.
this person. I first
and
saw
even-
this in,
even once I like saw it and I like looked her up. I was like, I still don't know you.
Yeah.
Like I figured it was gonna be like, oh, he was that person and now she's that person from that thing. And I was like, I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing. If you had said to me, Dylan Mulvaney or whatever, Dylan Mulvaney, no fucking clue.
No clue.
Which is wild all in and of itself that like this person is affecting the world this much, that like it just goes to show how big the world is and how many pockets of people and fame and fans there can be. Like, we're pretty on top of almost everything.
Yeah.
And I had no fucking clue.
And
And she has like halted the alcohol industry. Like, it's
Which
brought it to its knees on who can sell and who can advertise right now and what are brands doing. Like, everyone's like, holy fucking shit.
It's a situation that is both inspiring and depressing in the sense that like it is so polarizing, and it's cool to see how marketing can affect that. And then it's so depressing to see how easy it is for marketing to affect that. Like, how dumb everyone in the world is. Like, and it is like, it is an interesting thing in the sense that like it's how marketing has grown and shit like that. And I don't know, I have a weird, like, I think marketing's interesting. And it was just like how easily everyone in the world becomes a mark is depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Where it is like, no, you don't see how you're doing exactly what they want you to do.
Right. You are just
Come
you're
on.
all getting played like every single time.
And they've actively, every beer company in America, because it's what fucking people do, because everyone has fucking brains. Every beer company you're gonna go buy to Bud Light, and again, no one's actually doing it. The sales are up, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Every beer company you might buy instead, if you're actually one of the 20 psychopaths who care, also supports LGBTQ.
Right.
Like has openly done so since the fucking 80s.
I was gonna say like I don't even know where I could find it anymore, but I saw a tweet of like all the examples of this brand and this brand and this brand supporting the Pride Parade, supporting this person, supporting this actor, whatever.
But
It's
they used to do it in newspaper ads, and then they used to do it in commercials. But now it's done with a social media influencer, because that's how marketing works now. And now it's a whole. And I'm sure they were all hullabaloos every time.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're gonna drink the fucking beer and shut up.
And this chick also is doing Nike now, right?
Yes. And
so
Caitlyn
she's
Jenner.
just killing it.
Yeah.
So she got Bud Light and Nike in the same year.
And Dylan is a woman?
Yeah, because she's advertising the female clothes, like the sports bras and stuff. And she transitioned. I think she was born a biological male, and
I'd go with a more female name, to be honest.
Dylan?
I found my issue with the trans community. You can't only like Southern parents can name their kids with a name that goes both ways. If you're transitioning, you got to pick a stern name so I know which way to go. I want to make sure you're not dead naming Dylan, and now I'm like, fuck it.
Right, that's her male name. No, it's not. I will say
Great
this.
use of dead names.
Yeah, I got you, dude. I'm up on my shit.
I don't care about any of this. I just think you got to do a better advertisement. This is fucking scary. Like that just scares me. This is the Nike ad. She just looks scaring me.
It's very limber.
It's very like that face is very. It's like I don't know what's going on here, but I cannot believe that one of the faces of Nike and Bud Light. I'm like, I have no idea.
Never heard of him.
I'm more mad at like how old am I that I just don't know what's going on. The Kid Rock video was the lamest thing that's ever happened. That was so fucking bad. Grandpa's feeling frisky. Okay, psycho. That was so fucking weird, dude.
I'm not calling her by her name. Signed Kid Rock. Signed 60-year-old man Kid Rock. It is funny seeing stuff like that somewhat backfire in this, and I have no idea. I can watch that video Kid Rock, which I did. And I can't go, I don't know how he shoots. But I follow Jason Isbell, and Jason Isbell quoted it, and he's like, "Still can't shoot worse shit though."
Like the way he's holding
and
the gun
like
and shit.
trying to be like
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
maybe he's great, and Isbell is wrong. I don't fucking know.
I saw someone
But-
else breaking it down like the Zapruder film. There's a second shooter.
Oh really?
I don't know enough about this, but there was a freeze frame that it looked like there was like a gun blast, like a bullet blast. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Coming from like off camera the other way, and they were like he needed someone else to make sure that like the fucking case of beer was blown up or whatever. I was like, whether this is right or wrong, this is fucking bananas, man.
Sure. And this is. I feel like this should just be a tagline for this show. Everything we talk about, I don't give a shit either way. And but like to be like, I'm gonna show people that I'm tough or whatever the fuck he's trying to prove, by shooting cans. But I'm not good enough to shoot the cans. That either the internet's gonna make fun of me for missing, or B, I need to get a second guy to actually hit. Like, what are we?
That's
doing?
what I mean. Like it is. That is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm seeing today so Bud Light's like vice president, I guess like the vice president, came out and said, we want to get away from frat boy and we want to be inclusive. And obviously being inclusive is a good thing. I just don't think you need to like move, like just leave it as
I
is.
wouldn't even say Bud Light's frat boy. I drink Bud Light's early 20s frat boy. I was drinking
Natty
Busch
and all
Light,
that shit.
Natty,
Yeah. But I would
When
say
I was a literal frat boy, I didn't
Bud
drink that
Light
much
is
Bud
the
Light.
king light beer, like party. You go to a party and you drink Natty and shit because it's cheaper, but
Right.
you'd rather be drinking Bud Light. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like when Nike did Kaepernick and everyone was like, we're gonna boycott, and then sales went up.
Mhm.
It's also because they didn't like disavow what they already were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They weren't like, fuck all white people too.
Yeah.
It was just like, we also, in addition to. So this move coming out and being like, we're trying to move away from fratty is like, well, that is actually, I think, a bad marketing move. And having this girl be your endorsement, fine. You can just weather the storm of like the hillbillies who don't like it. But coming out and being like, I guess she said we've been in decline for, where did it say? Anheuser-Busch has been in, quote, in decline for a really long time. That's in quotes. So I'm like, I don't know. They would know better than me. I would never have guessed that. The thought that Bud Light would be like, we're in trouble. What are we going to do? And they're like, let's just switch gears and go with the trans community and like only them. That sounds crazy to me. But I just cannot believe, like, I would have to say, and I'm not saying this out of like ignorance or being a bigot, just out of like life. This person is like a L-list celebrity, a Q-list celebrity. Like
I've never heard of him.
Like,
Heard of her.
it's not
I'm in
even
Denver.
remotely close to like a household name or something like that. So,
On that same note of dumb shit on the internet, was the pop crave thing. You and I talked about this on the phone a little bit.
Pop crave.
They sent out these are two issues with the internet in a nutshell. Where one, whoever's saying they drink Bud Light or doesn't drink Bud Light doesn't fucking matter, and it's not real. It doesn't fucking matter in the real world. And this one was the Pop Crave article about tweet.
Oh, yes.
About
Okay.
Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, and it's like, have you seen the pay
The
disparity?
pay gap.
The pay gap
Pay wage
between
gap.
Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal. I think Pedro Pascal makes $400 an episode
Yeah.
of The Last of Us. Bella Ramsey makes $70,000 an episode, and everyone's quote tweeting it, from Tim Dillon to, I don't know, I saw a quote tweeted 10,000 times, explaining why that makes sense. But no one thinks it doesn't make sense. Like, the whole internet
Everyone's agreeing.
people and then people are quoting and being like, people are trying to say this isn't crazy. Well, here's why this is crazy. Here's why it isn't crazy. No one is saying it's crazy.
Not one.
No one thinks that Bella Ramsey and Pedro Pascal, at that point when they signed,
Pedro's 600, Bella is 70.
that's the Pop Crave tweet.
According, this is according to Variety.
Okay, they might have corrected it. I could have sworn the Pop Crave said 400 or whatever. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter. No one thinks that Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, when they sign their contracts, should have the same amount of money. Pedro
Not
Pascal has been the face of The Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal was what got me, the buzz around the Red Viper was what got me to start watching Game of Thrones. He is he's been the Frontier. He's the
I'm sure just like a
he's got a
million
catalog that
things.
He's at the top of his career right now. He's
and he's
been in
Feits. Yeah, like I mean, he is
everything.
owning Hollywood.
He's like when he signed that, it's even doubled now. But when he signed that contract, he was probably one of the hottest names in Hollywood. No, he should not have the same amount of pay as a no-name young teenage woman.
The people playing themselves on arguing for Bella, being like, "Excuse me, Bella was in Game of Thrones." It's like, okay, in a bit role,
in less episodes than him.
and like the guy you're arguing against, less episodes, and he had a way more impactful, cooler, and better character.
Right.
So like you don't even know, what you're arguing
But
about.
now we're arguing against
Narcos. He's in Narcos.
Narcos.
Like
no one.
But okay,
Come
the
season
only thing
3,
I'll
maybe
say
we'll
about
talk.
this is I remember when I like finally learned like my lesson on. He was in Wonder Woman, 1984. He's been in a ton. Probably also did. He has like a bunch of Spanish titles here. The Equalizer 2.
Equalizer 2?
Kingsman. I mean, he has, and whether or not these are all big hits, they're all, Homeland, he was in an episode. Like, he's been working for fucking
I think someone said he's been working for 35 years.
Yeah.
Again,
I
no one's
remember
arguing.
when Bill Burr did his SNL monologue. That night, because I was awake for Saturday Night Live, the initial reaction was cancel Bill Burr, woke culture, all that shit. By the morning, everybody else had replied, and every tweet you saw was like, nobody really cares about this. Like, this was fine. It was funny, whatever. But that it wasn't true. Like that, the initial wave trending, and every tweet you read, if you read it in the moment, was anti-Bill.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't know if this is the case with this one, but it really does depend on when you get to a thing on social media. Because by the time the other side has had a chance to reply, it really might look like nobody cares about it. Like everybody agrees with this. This one I do particularly think it was like the immediate, like probably one person brought it up and the flood was like, this makes total fucking sense.
The 19-year-old up-and-coming actress makes less money than the 50-year-old bona fide star. And again, when fucking
like
Millie
being on
Bobby
a
Brown
sports team,
started,
by the way, it's like they are equally as important on the show.
Yeah.
If you were to just like pay based on The Last of Us, it should be equal.
Correct.
Or, very close. It's not, and it's not. So this isn't how it works. You can be a rookie on a team and score 30 points a game, and the veteran on the team who makes, performs worse than you is making more money because they've been around. It's just how the fucking world works.
But it's also like when
if Bella Ramsey was 30 years in, it'd be a problem.
When you sign those contracts, it's not they're not just giving you a contract because of your acting ability. They're giving you a contract how many asses you're going to put in the seats.
Totally.
No one's watching an HBO show again a year ago. I'm talking. This is. I've
Bella-
seen the
Bella
show now.
Ramsey's
She's fucking amazing.
Bella Ramsey's next thing.
Her 6th season. It's like Millie Bobby Brown in
Right,
Stranger
next
Things.
season. Right.
Millie Bobby Brown made 20 grand season 1 of Stranger Things. Clearly, she was a star.
She's making
She
millions
makes
by the
a
next.
fucking piss load.
Right.
Now.
And her next roles will be the same way that Pedro Pascal had Mandalorian under his belt before doing this.
Right.
She'll have Last of Us under her belt before doing her next one. And you need, a few like decades more.
And that's a 5-minute segment on why it doesn't matter.
The Dalai Lama.
Oh yeah.
We can go ahead and cancel the Dalai Lama.
Oh, I saw that.
Holy Christ on the fucking cross. What the fuck kind of move was that? I read it. I read the transcript of what was said, and I was like, get this guy the fuck out of there. And then I watched the video.
Oh, there's a video of it? Can you pull that up? I saw.
I got it right here.
Dude, it's insane.
Oh, shit.
Pull it up you need the audio as
Yeah,
well.
hold on.
The way this kid pulls away and the way that this motherfucker asks to have. So if you don't know, the Dalai Lama, he is, I believe, the 13th Dalai Lama. It's one of those, fake made up things. They said he's like the 13th reincarnation of the Dalai Lama. He was at some event with this little kid who I think is like 9 years old. and he like kisses him on the forehead, and then he asks for a kiss on the lips, and then he sticks his tongue out and says to this little kid, "Suck on my tongue." Clearly, like, get the fuck away from me, dude.
And suck my tongue.
I mean, I should not be laughing because that's fucking that dude. That dude is.
Does it have 34 million views? Was that number?
No. 35K. That's 35.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That dude, I can't, confidently say, but that guy, he's done some things or is going to do some things.
What?
That allegedly, I don't know what I can say here. That's fucking crazy.
There has to be. I'm just trying to think about this logically. There is. Even if it's something cultural, I will take a stance and I will be anti that culture. Pedophilia, I'm speaking about. That.
Console the Dalai Lama.
I don't know. Like, is that
he
a
has
thing?
he has besmirched the good name of the llamas that came before him.
Is that a thing anyway? I feel like I would have known about
Dude,
this.
If you tell me that it is standard practice for kids to suck on the tongue of the Dalai Lama, then it's even worse.
It's
Almost.
standard practice to suck on the pecker of Father O'Malley.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I was gonna say we know how this goes. You see this kid. The body language is screaming. Kid's pulling his head away. He's like trying to be respectful, and I'm sure everyone around him tells him this is great that he got to meet the Dalai Lama. This poor kid is like, I don't want to go talk to that old man with bad breath, and now he's kissing me, and he's like pulling away, and then he says, "Suck
that kid
on my tongue."
That kid doesn't say a word, and he's the loudest child I've ever seen.
I feel.
Is-
it's not funny. Like, that is despicable. It's disgusting. I don't know what the Dalai Lama is or does. Like, it's not a. You're not voted it. It's not a job. You don't make money. You're deemed to be the next one.
Yeah.
By, I don't know, a bunch of monks you work with or whatever. I guess it's similar to Pope, but I mean, that's one of the craziest things you'll ever see a famous person do. Tell a little kid to suck on my tongue at an event, like there's cameras rolling.
I don't know why, and this is something I'll have to work out with myself. My
Oh boy.
my initial reaction is like, find a way to make this okay.
Yeah, like how can I even rationalize this?
Like before I ever even saw it, I was thinking it must be a translation barrier.
Nope.
He says it in English.
So he says he apologized. He's 87. A video clip has been circulating that shows a recent meeting when the young boy asked His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, if he could give him a hug. Normal. His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family as well as His Holiness often teases people when he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in public and before the cameras. He regrets the incident. So the headline here is that Dalai Lama says he was being, quote, innocent and playful when asking a boy to suck his tongue.
Dude, that is out of
insane.
the book of the Boston Archdiocese.
For real. I mean, like run the power sweep every time. That is so crazy that you would think the way that you play with kids is by asking them to suck your tongue. That's what you're saying. That's what you're fucking saying. Even if it wasn't some deep down warped sexual thing, which it is. Like if I was like wrestling with a kid and like hurt him or touch, and I was like, we were playing a game, like that could happen in some weird world, but there is no world where sucking on a tongue is the thing that you do.
Ironically, the people who are the best marketers for premarital sex are people who are abstinent. I imagine monks don't fuck. If you don't have premarital sex, you're a fucking weirdo. Now, that doesn't mean it's impossible for you to be a weirdo and have it. But if you don't have premarital sex, you're a fucking weirdo.
Sex. Let's see. Does the Dalai Lama have sex? The Dalai Lama has admitted that in a lifetime of celibacy and nonviolence, that he missed out on sex. And that he shoots at hawks in anger. Asked in an interview what experiences he had missed that ordinary people have. He pointed to his groin and laughed, saying, I obviously missed this. This dude is fucking anything he can fuck behind closed doors. This guy's fucking.
This is crazy.
That is crazy, dude.
Speaking of the Dalai Lama, one of my favorite lines from Air is Ben Affleck, who plays Phil Knight, who's quite a Buddhist. He is telling Sonny Vaccaro, Matt Damon, he's saying there's not, because he was being selfish in some act in the movie. And he says, Sonny, there's no such thing as the self. There's only the non-self. That's what Buddha taught us. And Sonny says, oh yeah, Phil? Does the Dalai Lama drive a purple Corvette, a purple Porsche? And he goes, fuck you, Sonny. That's one of my favorite lines from Air.
That's fucking great. Oh, by the way, I saw a Super Mario movie. It's so fucking great. It's awesome.
Really?
Keegan didn't want to go to the movie. I think he was a little bit afraid of Bowser and didn't want to say it because he was really against it. And I had to force him to go. And within 2 minutes, he was standing with his arms up over the movie seat in front of him, literally on the edge of his seat watching, and he turned around and he goes, this is sick. If you have kids, there are people who are reviewing the Super Mario Brothers movie as adults.
It's crazy.
That is as crazy as the Dalai Lama asking a kid to suck his tongue. If you are out here judging this movie and you're not watching it through the eyes of a child, through the eyes of an adult, it was awesome. Yeah. It was like they work in Mario Kart, Donkey Kong's in it. There's little Easter eggs about the game. And it's just a typical, it's a video game story. You have to save the princess and be the hero and fight the bad guy. It's totally fine. But as a kid, it's fucking incredible. And if you are judging it in any other way, you are the biggest fucking loser alive. Jeff D'Lo told me that people are critiquing it intensely. It's like,
dude, I've seen some TikToks where there was one guy breaking down. I guess Seth Rogen was like, what do you need to know about Donkey Kong? He gets angry and throws barrels. And some guy went on a 5-minute rant. I watched the whole thing. So I was like, what a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Donkey Kong does do. Yeah.
And dude, he went on the lore of Donkey Kong. He's like, it took more than 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Out of here. Voicemails today brought to you by Pirate Water. Like we said, it's the best, biggest fucking moving drink in the game right now.
They're going to be sponsoring a lot of our stuff going forward. They're going to help us do some really cool shit going forward.
Now, let me tell you something, too. This is something I've noticed for the first time. On the can contains alcohol. Because there's been a handful of people who have thought, and understandably so, that it's water. That it's like the other companies that have canned water, that it's some sort of water. No. This is not water. This is the party drink right now that will get you where you need to get for $2 and only 2 cans. $2 a can, and you get one and a half of those. You're good.
10%, 12 ounces, $2. It can't be beat.
It can't be beat. You can get it in the gas station. You can get when they sell individual cans, and you only got to buy 1 or 2 of them, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and you don't even have to break an Alexander Hamilton out. You're fucking golden. Brown bag it around town. Bring it to your tailgates, have it in your apartment before you go to the bar, sneak it into the bar, buy it at the bar if you can get some on the shelves if you want to get involved in the game if you're a bar owner. I'm sure that we can make that happen. The cases are flying. It feels fucking incredible to have a hit on your hands. We've done it, with Pink Whitney, and we said before we've seen High Noon success. This is feeling like you have one of those is. I said I wanted a party drink for this generation. I wanted them to experience what we had with Four Loko. And it's like, boom, they do. We have it. It's working. People are doing it. They're buying it. They're drinking it. They love it. So more flavors, more events, more everything coming because Pirate Water is a smash. So go to drinkpiratewater.com now. You can find all the local spots where you can buy it. You can also order it, or you can get it directly off of GoPuff. So get your Pirate Water and get pegged.
KFC Feits just finished up your Russell Crowe episode. Love how you guys snuck Master and Commander in there. Now, you guys have got me onto a couple of other comedy podcasts, like Garbage and the Stuff Island guys. Now, I'm wondering, what comedy podcast duo would win in a fist fight between you guys, Stuff Island, Garbage Guys, Bert Kreischer. If you guys can think of some other ones I don't know of, you can throw them
Comedy
in there.
podcast
But,
Royal Rumble.
just
Ooh.
wondering. Have a good one.
Foley and Kev would I mean, they would be, their cardio would be an issue, but they are, if we're talking literally Royal Rumble, we're not getting those guys over the top.
No.
But if we're talking just fist fight,
they'd win the studio directing competition.
Their size is a problem. Tom Segura by year end is going to be like The Rock.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a problem. Tommy Pope looks like he'll fucking put. He looks like the kind of guy who would put your thumbs in your eyeballs and push it through your brain.
I was
Like
say,
he'll fucking kill you in the street.
I like our chances. I think we can mix it up with anybody. I like our chances against.
You can. I mean, I don't know. You're carrying fucking luggage over here, but
I like our chances against anybody except Stuff Island. I think Stuff Island. Tommy's.
I don't know.
They're both in shape.
OC's in shape, and he has the darkness in him. Like
Yeah.
like if you get him drunk off some whiskeys and like mad at the world, it could be a problem. Otherwise, I think he's a friendly guy though. I think he's nice.
For sure.
Tommy Pope's got
Tommy's
the
lunatic.
rage in him.
Yeah.
Tommy, I actually saw a homeless person on the street the other day that looked like homeless Tommy Pope, and he was running back and forth, like screaming at people. And I was like, look at this fucking like homeless Tommy Pope guy. And I was like, this is probably how Tommy just is right now, like in his apartment. He's crazy. He will press your eyeballs into your brain in a street fight. So he might be tough. Any other dark horses? I mean, there's a ton. There's a ton of.
I mean, I
Chris
wouldn't want
D
Gillis
and
and
Sal.
McCusker. Gillis and McCusker.
Gillis can move some bodies around.
Yeah.
Throw on a helmet and just start moving bodies.
By the way, I
you
texted
got-
Shane yesterday when I was in Philly. I texted the Garbage Guys too, asking for cheesesteak. My dad was like, "We gotta get cheesesteak."
Yeah.
And the Garbage Guys, they gave me one. Joe's on 5th Street, which was closed. We ended up going to Pose. No, Joe's on South Street. Pose is on 5th. That was literally one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know it?
Nah, I don't know Pose. But
Dude,
there's so many around there that you don't really need to go to like the one.
like it was in like the middle of nowhere.
Did you get like a cheesesteak or you got like?
I got a cheesesteak. I got an Uncle Tony and a Gary Cooper. The Gary Cooper is a cheesesteak with like a sharp Gouda or something like that, and the other one had like a spice on it too. They were fucking so good. Had two, got one to go. Got one. So I'm like starting mouth water now. I'm like fucking. I can sit in my fridge in my apartment. I left it in the car during the game. But and then I asked Shane. I don't know if he's serious or not. He could have just been being a dick. Shane's like, wow.
He's totally being a dick. That's not even. Well, they do love their Wawa. They don't eat cheesesteaks from Wawa.
But I said I happened to go to a Wawa looking for Zin. So I sent Shane a picture from inside it, being like, thanks for the recommendation. And he was like, awesome, make sure you get these chips too.
All right, man. Maybe not. You never know.
What were the chips he sent? It was like, he's like, he goes, yeah, make sure you get the hers cooked cheddar horseradish chips too.
It's funny. All right, next up.
But anyway, I like. By the way, I do like us.
Oh, I like us because of you. You will knock motherfuckers out. You're gonna have to get some sort of, like
Bert and Tom are a tough duo because
Bert's a big body with the Mickey Mantle gene, and Tom is like a fucking.
I think it's a
juice
fair
head.
fight around.
I would need to channel into some sort of dad.
I mean, with
rage,
all the podcasts,
adrenaline.
if we're doing like with Royal Rumble, I think everyone's got someone you're like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's got someone who's like, they can do it too. Like
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
There's I think that would be a very good Royal Rumble that I don't know if we'd win, but I don't think we'd be embarrassed either.
I still think size at the end of the day, like Foley and Kev are.
Did he say Royal Rumble? Or did we make Royal Rumble?
No, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
whether it's a street fight, Royal Rumble, whatever. Like who's unless we're like whacking Foley in the back of the head with a pipe. Like what? You know what I mean? I want one day, whether it's a comedy Royal Rumble, a street fight, or something. I want somehow for me to channel the last like 8 years of my life into a fight or a single punch or something where I kill somebody.
You want to murder a man?
I want to murder somebody, and I want it to be known. I don't want to go to jail for it,
Royal Rumble.
but I want it to be like because nobody would ever think of me in that way. But if I could harness that, everything that's gone on, and put it into violence, I think I could kill anybody. Now, I don't know how to harness that.
Yeah.
But if I could, I think I could kill anybody on the planet. One more.
What up, Chicken Head Gang? The whole
I
crew.
started sucking this
Question. If you can eradicate any species at all, can't be humans, obviously, because we would do that. But if you can eradicate any species off the planet, what are you doing? What are you picking? I am picking, personally, birds, because birds are loud as fuck. They're annoying. They start chirping, yada, yada, yada. Northeast, they go down south, and then they come back. Just fucking stay down south. Like, birds suck. Birds fucking suck. I'm on that train. What do you guys think?
I think birds is a great choice. I think they are disgusting and don't offer much, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what like you could say spiders. Like spiders, the whole economy's based on spiders.
If you kill spiders, we go into hyperinflation. I'm sure birds are like that. I think birds like spread pollen like the bees do or some shit. I don't know. I'm sure birds matter, but they don't.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not, you know, birds aren't even real. They're fucking government drones. We know this. Like snakes and spiders get them out of here.
Yeah.
Snakes, scorpions, spiders, they don't need to be around. And I know they do for the ecosystem, but as far as humans go, like, do not need. Anacondas, why do we need?
Yeah.
I saw a video, like an updated video of an anaconda spitting out like a whole fucking horse, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just
That
like,
the reverse video of it eating a deer.
Yeah. I was like, what? We don't need these things on the
I
planet.
think most fish can go.
Most fish can
I
definitely
did
go.
make myself some nice barramundi the other night.
I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. I really don't.
Barramundi?
It's definitely fish, but
Let's hope. I don't know.
I got HelloFresh. Shout out. Got some barramundi on it. Barramundi, whatever, however you pronounce it. I don't know. It was good. We're pressed for time here, and I'm going to be quick about this, which I think is probably a bad thing.
Oh boy.
So
Kill the white women.
I'm not saying it's my choice. I'm explicitly saying it's not my choice.
Oh boy.
I am saying you're on notice. Dogs.
Whoa.
It is not my choice. It is not. There are many dogs I love. Here's what's happening. Dogs are getting too big for their britches.
Agreed.
They've heard about what we are. They've heard about how they've heard us talk about them.
They know that
speak
we're
English,
suckers
obviously.
for dogs. Yeah.
They don't. So here's the issue. Again, we're pressed for time, so I'm gonna be quick here. First of all,
we can come back to this.
There are too many dogs.
Yeah.
There are too many.
There's too many breeds, and there's too many quantity, and there's also just too many like types out there.
But the quantity is my issue.
Yeah.
Because everyone at the pandemic hit, everyone's like, I need a dog. No one returned their dogs. Return things you don't need anymore. So there are too many dogs everywhere. Everywhere I go, there are fucking dogs now. People are shocked that their dogs aren't allowed into fucking nice restaurants.
Right. I couldn't bring my dog on the plane. Like, what the fuck? Why would you be allowed to do that?
There are dogs abound. Remember when you were told those horror stories when you were a kid? And they're like, just so you know, when you grow up, you're going to be a minority. And, well, no one's doing that with dogs. Because what?
Wait, what?
Well, it wasn't actually. I was joking about the horror story thing. But people were like, by 2030, it's going to be more
yeah. Okay, got it.
Dude, just so you know, you're...
Yeah. Latinos are...
Weird
Hold on.
Oh, one day, more brown people. And you're like, all right, don't fucking care.
John, stop grabbing your mic like that. You're cutting out, and it makes it seem like I'm trying to cut you off.
No, that's not what's happening. I want all this to be loud and clear. I'm scared of brown people. No, but Robert's dad is. That was a specific name. Everyone's like, there's gonna be more than you one day. You're gonna have to hit one when you want English on the phone. No one does that with dogs. There are gonna be more dogs than us.
The dogs are taking over, and we just don't even realize it.
I look, there are dogs. No one's worried about the overpopulation of dogs in cities. Also, and this is my main point.
Tell them why you mad, son.
When I walk home,
get them.
Dogs are no longer afraid of me.
Let it out.
When people used to walk dogs on leashes, the dog would get out of my way.
Not anymore.
No longer do dogs part ways for me.
No, sir. We had a deal.
I have to step over leashes the whole walk home. I step in. I'm like just jumping over leashes. I go, sorry, you little fucking.
John, think about it. Of course, We literally walk around doting on them and then pick up their shit.
Yeah.
So of course they're like, we're the dominant one.
They
You feed me, you pet me, and you pick up my shit. We run this planet.
everywhere I go. It's just dogs. It's their fucking planet now, and I like dogs. I have a dog. I love my dog. I don't like your dog.
I like
it
my
gets
dog.
in my way.
Same thing with kids. We're overpopulating the planet with kids too. I like my kids. I don't like your kids. I'll say this too. You know when they say things like everyone's born a liberal and dies a Republican?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are born dog people, and then you get older and you realize how much of a
Get
pain in
your
the ass
dog
dogs
away
can be.
from me.
I think everybody dies. I like having a dog sometimes, but also could do without it.
Again, when my dog, actually, I'll say this, even my dog, when I get home and I watch TV and she puts her head in my lap and I pet her, I'm like, this is the best
Amazing.
ever.
And everything else sucks.
And then we hit the
Everything
first
else
commercial break. I'm like, get the fuck to the other side of the couch.
Everything else sucks. Literally everything else sucks. I don't want to walk you. I don't want to feed you. I don't want to groom you. I don't want to pet. I don't want to do any of this.
My dog's a little fucking pervert too. And
Humping?
she gets on her belly like this.
Was that puss out?
And she fucking takes her upper hand and she's always pushing my hand down.
Yeah, no,
and I'm
that's
like,
a perverted
listen,
dog.
Harvey,
That's-
I will not be fucking tricked into fucking rubbing your hooch. You
We gotta do an interview.
Dude, anyway, Michael Vick was right.
It's Trevor Wallace on KFC Radio. Oh, the worst part for us is we do so much shit that is evergreen.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's a whole new wave of people getting on the internet for the first time or getting into podcasts for the first time who want to argue about 10,000 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck, or, you know, those classic, like, internet things. And it's like, we already blogged about that or did that argument or made that video. So I'm like, I can't do that again. That's like hack. But it's like, I did it 10 years ago. Yeah. Like, the people who watch that, they're dead now.
Well, also, you'd probably have a different answer today than you did 10
Yeah,
years ago.
that's
You'd
the
have
other thing
different
too.
perspective, yeah.
Or even if you don't, though, it's like I'll say it differently, or we'll run it back for the new,
Yeah, I
the
mean,
new
the
audience.
attention span, like, it's just so like in and out, in and out, in and out. Like,
Right.
I'll upload like an old sketch just on like Throwback Thursday, and sure, there's comments like real ones know this is a re-upload or whatever, but for the other part, it's hitting a whole new audience.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. You got to remember, there's so many new people.
I gotta say, I
finding
did
you for
answer the
first time.
internet the second time, and I recorded it on my own in LA.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You guys weren't there. So
Yeah.
there's no laugh track. And people are going, dude, he's bombing. They're not even laughing. They laugh at everything. Just saying, there was no one there. You asked me to do it. I'm like, that's a great platform.
Yeah.
Do it. And then people are like, nobody's laughing.
we
This
did
kid is
you
not
dirty.
funny. It was literally, I fucking went out of my way to shoot it on a green screen.
You're like the only
But
guy that ever did that
I
for
didn't
me
know-
too.
yeah.
Fucked you.
I thought maybe you guys would watch it and get live audience feedback. You know? Ha ha ha, good answer. I like left like pauses where they would laugh.
Oh man, that's
I
fun.
never even thought about that.
I didn't think about it until it
That's
went
funny.
up.
They always laugh at everything. When you are doing it, it's like every answer has there. You know when someone crushes an answer, but also every answer is a little bit like, you know. So
Well,
and then
also, like-
it echoes and you're laughing. We're trying to make it a fun.
But there's some noise in the
atmosphere.
background in every clip. Whether you
Right.
guys are laughing or be like, oh, I would have done that, or that's a good
Mm-hmm.
idea. There was nothing in the background.
Yeah.
So you think that you two were just in the back, like,
And it really is the only
that,
one.
that was like the only time I wanted to hop in the comments and be like, there was nobody there. There's nobody there. I don't argue in the comments, but I wanted to like let people know, like, watch my first one.
we totally fucked you. I think I
Think
sent
about
the
it.
idea. I think I sent like green screens to people, or I was like, "Here's the list." I
you
made it
sent
like as
the
like a nice
cards.
little package, as much as I could. And a couple other people said they would do it and never filmed it. A couple other people just said no, and you were
Yeah.
the only one who was like good enough to do it. And then just
And then it
fucking let
bit
you
me in the
bomb.
fuck. Yeah, it came back and bit me, which I didn't even think about until I read the
Your
comments.
first one murdered though,
First
so
one was
that's
great. First
like
one was awesome.
Yeah,
That's why I
at
was
least
like,
you
fuck
do.
it.
We'll stop
Follow.
posting clips of the second one. I never crossed my mind. I didn't know that it happened.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
stop
funny.
doing that.
Yeah, or at least put in like giant font, like
Let's
recorded with no
let's-
studio audience.
Let's add a laugh track. Just
Dude, it's just so funny.
All right, big thanks for watching. If you made it through this whole episode, that means you should be subscribed. There's so many of you out there who watch and don't subscribe, so make sure you are a KFC Radio subscriber. Make sure you get all the content when it drops. Click that button now.
I have 9 fingers. I'm still subscribed. It's that easy.